Good morning. Good morning, everyone. My name is Coach Williams, Cassandra Williams of Cassandra Williams Enterprise, and this is the morning tea. And we are talking about the rules of engagement. Thank you to the replay viewers, those people that will be viewing this at a later time. I don't take it for granted that you saw fit to come into this particular broadcast. For those of you that have gotten here by way of a tag, share, or an invite, what do? I help wives, busy professional women, and kingdom leaders build the life that they've always dreamed of and live there. I want you to rest, rule, and abide in that wealthy, healthy, whole place. That place that you've always been like, oh my God, if I could ever get here, I want to help you get there and stay there, because that's the part that we often miss. We can obtain a goal, but can you live in that goal? Um, and so that's what we talk about here. We get tools and techniques. Good morning, mommy. We get tools and techniques so that we know how to live in that place. And so we've been talking about the rules of engagement. Good morning, Kamita. Rules of engagement. Because if we're going to fight the good fight of faith, if we're going to do what needs to be done, there are certain rules that apply. There are certain things that's just order, okay? Because we can't have chaos. Not a whole lot good comes out of chaos. We've got to be focused, right? We got to have direction, directives. Remember, 2 weeks ago, we talked about the 7 things that you were going to need if you were going to live in that place of victory. Had no idea all of this was going to break out in the world. And so we've been talking about, good morning, Leah. Thanks for coming in. We've been talking, hey, Anita, we've been talking about rules of engagement. And so first thing first, I'm gonna give you a recap, a rundown. If you have not watched the videos, please go back and watch them. They will bless you. Number one, you got to know who you're fighting. You got to understand who your enemy is, because so often we are fighting the wrong person, the wrong people, the wrong thing. Good morning, Coach Sylvia. Thanks for coming in. We're fighting the wrong people, the wrong things, right? And so once you know who you're fighting, you got to know what your place is. You got to know what the goal is. You got to know what you're supposed to do and do it. It's that simple. You've got to do it. And then you got to be consistent. Not just do it one time. I'm one of those. I can be a one and done type girl, right? But we have to be consistent when it comes to the things of God and what God is calling us to do. I'm not being rude, y'all. I'm gonna make sure Periscope is okay. My phone is acting a little crazy, my other phone, so I'm gonna make sure that I'm live. Okay. So we got to be consistent. And after we are consistent, what was the next one? After consistency, we had to maintenance. We've got to make sure that we're doing proper maintenance, y'all. We got to make sure that we're doing the things that need to be done so that everything works at optimum capacity. Because if we don't do that, then things tend to break down, things tend to fall off the rails, things tend to go crazy, right? And so we got to do that maintenance. You've got to make sure you're in a good place, right? Throughout all of this, with the pandemic, with the pandemonium, with everything that's going on, and some people are like, "I'm good." No, you're not. You're not good. You haven't been good for a minute, and sometimes you just got to take a day to say, you know what? I'm not good today. It's okay to step back and say, you know what? This has taken its toll. Because can I tell you something? If you're sitting in front of that TV and you're watching that video over and over and over, and you're sitting there watching the news and you're watching things burn to the ground, and you're sitting there listening to, someone sent me a video yesterday. And as I began to listen to the video, I heard everything that they said. And what they were saying was true. What they're saying is true. But y'all, because I feel. Good morning, Kevin and Sherry. Thanks for coming in. Um, Good morning, Winsome. Thanks for coming in. When I began to feel what was coming through my phone, my spirit was grieved. Their words were true, but when I felt the hate, when I felt their disdain, when I felt it, it grieved and vexed my spirit because I said, how do we get to, because in all that they were saying, which was true, I never heard a solution, y'all. I didn't hear a solution. I didn't hear how we make it better. I didn't hear how we live on the other side. Um, this was one on one. You had the camera. You had the audience. You had a captivated audience. And I heard you say burn it to the ground. I did not hear you say how we build. I didn't hear you say how we move forward. And so I was a little bit vexed, okay? And so it's okay for me to say I wasn't good in that moment. I had to get good. I had to go and I had to do self-care and I had to do what I needed to do so that I could come live today because I was like, this ain't good. This isn't good. So it's okay for you to say, you know what? I'm not okay. I know you're the strong friend. I know you're the one that everybody runs to. I know you're the pastor. I know you're the prayer warrior. I know this. But listen, over time, things start to take their toll. Okay. So maintenance is required. Even for our country, maintenance is required. Y'all, we need to look at some of the systems. We need to look at some of the laws. We need to look at some of the rules. We need to look at some of the people that we've elected into office. And we need to say, listen, maintenance required. We got to change some things out. We got to rebuild some things from the ground up. Okay. So that was yesterday. Maintenance required. If you missed maintenance required, please go back and watch it. So today, as I was waking up this morning, I was like, okay, Lord, what are we going to talk about? Because he didn't give me anything last night. And as I got ready to wake up, I heard this: no man left behind. And that's a military term that means when we go into battle, we go in together, we're going to come out together. When we go in, I'm not going to leave you halfway. If you get injured, if you get hurt, if you get sidetracked, whatever, I'm not leaving you behind. And so when you're dealing with the rules of engagement, that's something that the military, when they go into battle, they go in with that mindset of no man left behind. I told y'all I watched Harriet last weekend. And so when I watched that movie, that was her thing. She said, I've got to go back for. She got out. And so often, y'all, we're like, I've got out. I overcame poverty. I came out of, unforgiveness. I came out of anger and rage and violence. I came out of that domestic violence situation. I came out, and we're good with us coming out. But what about everybody that's still stuck in there? What about those people that are, you know, so God told me this morning, he said, no man left behind. That it's not just about you and you being okay. We got to make sure that those that went into battle with us. Now, let me just put this disclaimer on there. I'm talking about people. I'm not talking about people that don't want to leave. I'm not talking about people that are happy where they are. I'm not talking about people that all you can do is tell them. Now, if they want to go, well, let's go. We gonna make it to the other side. As a coach, there are times where we're talking to people and we understand, we see where they're going. And next week I'm going to talk a little bit about potential. We see the potential, but they're not ready to go. They're not ready to move. They're stuck right where they are. They're okay with their sin. We are like, oh my God, I can't believe they're doing that. I can't believe this. I can't believe that. And they're okay with where they are and what they're doing. Now, I'm not talking about those people because let me tell you something. You can't get stuck where they are, because if they don't want to move, even whenever a lifeguard is coming to save you, you could be drowning and the lifeguard will say, hey, I'm here to help. Have you ever noticed Whenever the EMTs come in, when they come in, they say, "Hi, my name is so and so, and I'm with such and such. I'm here to help." Why do they announce that I'm here to help? They announce that I'm here to help because sometimes you're so engulfed in the emotions that you start to fight your help, that you turn on the very people and the very things that are there to help you, that now you start to look at your help like it's the enemy. You're so used to fighting that now you can't receive help when it arrives. And so I come to tell you, I'm here to help. I may not say what you're saying. I may not be in the place that you're in, but I'm here to help. I'm here to help. And so what they do is that's the agreement that they have when they go into battle. No man left behind. So if you get hurt on the battlefield, they don't leave you on the battlefield. They grab you and they bring you with them. If you get caught behind enemy lines, they may have to leave for that moment, but can I tell you they're gonna come back? Can I tell you they will come back for you? How many movies have we seen? How many? That's based off truth, y'all. That's based off the truth that when they may have to leave in that moment, but they always remember that brother that they had to leave, that sister that they had to leave, and they come back for them. No man left behind. So coach, what are you saying? Why is God saying that? God said God made promises to us. And in this season, we know that it's a season of new. It didn't come the way we wanted it to, y'all. God told us, he prepared us for 2020. He said, "Oh, behold, I'm gonna do a new thing." 2020, things are not gonna be the same. Can y'all look at the world right now and see that it's never gonna be the same? And in some cases, y'all, that's gonna be a good thing. It's all in how what we do right now forward. We can't change the past. We can't change that, but we can change how we react to each other and how we treat each other moving forward. So as we began to, as I was sitting there, I said, "Okay, God, you got to give me word." And so Genesis 4:9. Then the Lord said to Cain, "Where's your brother Abel?" Cain said, "I don't know." He replied, "Am I my brother's keeper?" And he was being crass. He was being sarcastic, talking to God. He's talking to God. God is saying, "Where's your brother? Where's Abel?" Now we know the story that Cain had killed Abel. And he said, "I don't know where he at. Am I my brother's keeper?" And the Lord said, "What have you done? Listen, your brother's blood cries out to me from the ground." And so some of us, we've taken on, and I got me, it's me and mine. I got mine. And God is saying, "No, your brother's blood is crying out." We are our brother's keeper. We have to have the mentality that no man is being left behind. And what am I saying that no man is being left behind? As we cross over into this new decade, this new place, this new era that we're going into, we have to be like, look, we're not leaving nobody behind. Not in the sense, and I'm saying this in the sense of the spiritual realm, because God said, "I came that you might have life." John 10:10. I came that you might have life and that you might have it more abundantly. And that word abundance means to the full till it overflows. And that's a promise given to who? Who is my brother? That's a promise for who? That is Matthew 12:50. For whosoever shall do the will of my Father which is in heaven, the same is my brother and my sister and my mother. Whoever is doing the will of the Father. So yes, I will be locking arms with white people, with black people, with green people, with red people, because guess what? Those are my brothers and sisters because they are doing the will of the Father. Okay, so we have to, no man left behind. We're not leaving people behind. We're not leaving our brothers and our sisters behind. Yes, you are. Can I just help you today? You are your brothers and sisters keeper. Women, no woman left behind, no man left behind, no person that's doing the will of the Father is going to be, we're not going to leave them behind because we got distracted about what's going on. We get distracted because of, the wind and the waves. We lost sight. We got to get back on. We got to get our focus back. We can't get caught up in the winds and the waves and what the news is showing us. What is God saying? I had to turn it off. I'm not going to lie to you. I had to turn some of it off because I couldn't see that, because it kept me distracted from what God was saying for me to do as the victory coach, as your coach, as the coming and giving some sound instructions on, yes, be angry, but sin not. Yes, there are things we need to do, but it doesn't mean we got to burn down the buildings. Yes, we need change. But how do we get lasting, effective change? I don't want to be heard in this moment. I don't want this to be a momentary thing. I want to eradicate the enemy. I want to annihilate the enemy, the real enemy, the one, the prince of darkness, the one that is throwing rocks, hiding his hands, and making me want to fight my brothers and my sisters. And who is my brother and my sister? Who are they? He didn't say black. He didn't say white. He didn't say green. He didn't say red. He said, whoever shall do the will of my Father, which is in heaven. Let me calm down, y'all. Okay. Whosoever shall do the will of the Father, which is in heaven, the same is my brother, my sister, and my mother. So we got to make sure we fight in the right fight. Because if you get caught up, yes, there are some bad people. Let me say that. There are some bad black people. There's some bad white people. There are just bad people in the world, period. And I'm not saying that we don't need to relook at some laws and readjust some things. Y'all will never hear me say that, because we do. And there are bad people in the world. But as I went out yesterday, I wasn't sure what I was going to feel when I went out, because I didn't know what the thermometer was. I didn't know what the atmosphere was like outside of my house. Okay. And so I went to the grocery store yesterday and it was peaceful. And I said, God, I thank you. Because many of you know where I live. Okay. Y'all know where I live. And I said, God, I thank you. And I was walking through the store and I said, good morning. How are you? Hey. They say, hey, how you doing? You go ahead. You go ahead. It was just because I would have gotten distracted if I was watching the news, because I would have taken all of that with me outside into my community. And what I want to bring to my community is peace, reconciliation, and that we can move forward in the way that God has ordained this thing to be. Because see, guess what? Cassandra doesn't know. I don't know what God's plans are. I don't know. And so I have to seek him to just see what my part is daily. He knows the plans that he has for us. He knows what this is supposed to look like. He knows what is going to effectively. So I'm calling upon the soldiers. I'm calling upon the army of the Lord today. I'm on assignment to call you into service. We're calling for those that have been in the reserves, those that have been sitting back, those that have been that God has said, no, I need you to watch. Because see, here's the thing. Foot soldiers are sent first. Normally, I think it's the army that's sent out first, but they're sent into the land first. But here's the thing: there's a special group of people that are saved for the backside, and those people are called special forces. Some of you on this line today that will hear the sound of my voice, you are special forces. Now, see, special forces has one job. They're not into all the everything else that's going on in the country. They got one job. They go in, get what they need to get, do what they need to do, and they are out. One job. Get your marching orders and take your posts. You got one job. One job. Don't get caught up in that your friends are unfriending you and people are saying, because listen, because I read something last night, y'all, and they said your silence means that you approve. No, can I tell y'all something? No, sometimes you silence is strategic. Can I help y'all? I need to help some people today. Sometimes silence is strategic because there's certain things that I want to say this morning that I can't say because I can't release it into the atmosphere of where I live because it's not here. I can't release that into the atmosphere because then the enemy of darkness, the prince of the air, will grab hold to that and he'll release it and he'll send his spirits into my country. And the devil is a lie. He can't come here. So you know what? We know what we're fighting. So you got to know how to fight. So sometimes your silence is strategic because when you do speak, your words have power. When you do speak, your words will be heard. When you do speak, your words will be effective. And so sometimes God will say, don't say nothing. You can't speak right now. Even though everybody's yelling, even though everybody is screaming, even though everybody is emotional, even though all of this stuff is going on, and you're sitting there like, I do have some stuff to say. And God said, no, you don't. Not the time, not the place. Because when he does tell you to speak, it'll be for him. It'll be his words. It'll be his heart. It will be received. So no, I just came to let you know to take your post because there's some people we got to go get. There's some people that are waiting on us to do what we need to do because they need to know how to come out of this. They need to know how to navigate the chaos. They need to know how to move past their anger. They need to know how to do this. And God has had you in a place and you're like, God, why am I so, why am I quiet? Because there was like a few days that I was like, I literally couldn't say nothing. And I was like, God, what? He said, don't say nothing. Not a word. He said, I just need you to watch. Because I'm going to give you this one because I didn't say it when it says know your enemy. When you know who your enemy is, you got to study your enemy. So y'all got to learn how to watch. You've got to watch. And you've got to be able to see when you know who your enemy is and you know what you're fighting, then you gotta watch that thing for a minute. The military watches. They send people to watch and gather information and intel, and then they make strategic movements. Nothing is just done willy-nilly when it comes to the military, when it comes to law enforcement, when it comes to any of that. Yeah, watching and praying. We got to watch, we got to pray because we understand that prayer is not passive. Prayer is how we get strategy. Prayer is how we get instructions. Prayer is when God is able to talk to us. And he said, don't go over there. Go over there. God, I want to go to this route. And he said, don't connect with that group. I need you connecting with this group. I need you to go into this meeting. I need you to be at this town hall. I need you to be over here. All right, at 12 o'clock, I need you on your face. You don't know what's happening at 12 o'clock. You don't know what God is doing on the other side of the world, but you are on your face. You don't know why he keeps flashing certain people in front of your face. Because guess what? Even in the midst of all of this, do you know the intercessors, you are still on assignment, assigned to certain people, and that the enemy is trying to take them out? But if you caught up in emotional, guess what? You're going to miss the assignment. This may be somebody that needs to come and lock arms with you, but they're fighting a fight in their body right now. And God is saying, I don't need you focused over here. I need you praying for them, because that's going to be the person. That's going to be the person to go into war with you. So you watchmen, take your place on the wall. No man left behind. No man left behind. The promises of God are yes and amen. The promises are available to us all. The promises are for my brothers, my sisters. And who is that? The people that are doing the will of the Father, which is in heaven. These are my brothers, my sisters, my mother, my father. That's my family. My family is those that are doing the will of the Lord. So, guys, thank you so much for coming in this morning for this cup of tea. I hope something that has been said during this teaching, you feel equipped, you feel empowered, you feel encouraged, and I hope you've been educated today. And I hope, I pray, I decree that you will act, that you will be moved to action, that you will be moved to do that thing that God is calling you to do right now. Don't ever let somebody make you feel like prayer isn't enough. It is. Don't ever let somebody make you feel like worship isn't enough. It is. Don't let anyone make you feel like you writing letters isn't enough. It is. Don't let anybody make you feel like what you do isn't enough. Amen. Because we can't leave, we're not leaving nobody, we're not leaving any of our brothers and sisters behind. We're in this together. And the enemy would want you to isolate. He would want you to disconnect. He would want you to start looking at other people and questioning motives and why and what and no, we're not doing any of that. Our family is whoever is doing the will of the Father, and we will not have their blood crying out anymore. So I love you guys to life. If you need me, you can always connect with me at www.thecassandrawilliams.com. And coach is giving you permission to say, I'm not okay. If you're not okay, stop telling that lie. Stop saying it. Stop saying I'm okay. If you're not okay, say, I'm not good today. I'm not good in this moment. Because we're going to give you a moment to get yourself together. Just say, I'm not good in this moment. I'm not feeling it. And if you need to talk, bit.ly/ask CW 24/7. You may need a safe place to say, no, I'm not good. It's too much. It's been too much. It's all taking its toll on me because no, it's been a lot, y'all. We went from coming into 2020, we went into um, some very significant deaths. Then we went into Corona and COVID-19, and now we're here. It's been a lot. Allow yourself to feel what you're feeling. Allow yourself to be like, wow, that is a lot. So you can move forward. Because guess what? If you never acknowledge what you're feeling, you can never move forward into the new place. You can never say, you know what? Okay, this is where we are. Acknowledge where we are. How did we get here? Now make the necessary adjustments. Because y'all, there are certain things that I have decreed over my life that I'm not going back to. It's not going to be a part of my lineage. It's not going to be a part of my legacy that I leave to my son. It's not going to be any of that. Do I have to educate him? Yes, but I know I have the power and the authority of God to break strongholds, to break generational curses, to come against some of this stuff. But I got to do it God's way. And I don't want to leave any of you behind. But if you choose to keep the same mindset, if you choose to live in that place, if you choose to stay right where you are. I love you and God bless you. And I wish you Godspeed. But for the rest of us, we're taking up our cross and we're not leaving any of our brothers and our sisters behind. We're going over into our modern day Canaan. I'm crossing over into my promised land. I'm crossing over into that place. And I'm going to know how to live there. I'm going to know how. I'm not going to be negative Nancy. I'm not bringing old mindsets with me. I'm not bringing, that poverty spirit with me. No, you got to stay over there. Nope. I'm not bringing health issues. Nope. You got to stay over there. I'm not bringing racial injustice with me. Nope. You're going to have to stay over there. And that's the stance we have to say, that we're crossing over together. Can we cross over together, y'all? I love Coach Love, y'all. I love y'all. But we got to do this together. This is the time we've got to come. We got to come together. We got to lock hands. We got to lock arms, and we got to do this together. It's not my fight. It's not your fight. It's not their fight. This is our fight. This is our fight. And I believe God, y'all. I believe God. I'm the victory coach. I'm not speaking to you from where we are now. I'm speaking to you from the other side, from where I see we can go. That's where I'm talking to you from. I'm talking to you from a place of victory. So I'm not oblivious to what's going on, but I need us to be ready that when we get over there, that we're not taking these mindsets. I'm not taking anger with me. When we get to, we want justice, and when we get to that place of racial rest and social rest, I want to be able to love my brothers and sisters. I don't want to be looking at them side eye. We can't do that. We I love y'all. I love y'all. I do. And we're going to get there one day at a time, one moment at a time. I love y'all with the sheer love of God. Thank you so much for everyone that comes into these broadcasts. I don't take it lightly. I don't take the assignment that I have right now lightly. And I will continue to come out and give you what God gives me to give you. So we've talked about 7 tools that you need to live in a place of victory. And we've talked about the rules of engagement. So we're going to see next week what God has to say. Okay. So I love you guys. I will see you next Tuesday for another cup of tea. Be blessed. Be safe. Have a great weekend.